It's a bank in San Jose, one that doesn't have any money in its vaults, but something more precious and life-saving. Our reporter says that bank needs your help.
Plus, they claim they're underpaid and overworked, and now these students are officially unionized. What's next for the nation's largest undergraduate student union? Find out on this week's Update News.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University, your source for what's happening with a fresh perspective on today's issues. You're watching Update News.
Welcome to Update News. I'm Alyssa Phillips.
And I'm Richie Zajic. We have some election results from this last Tuesday's California primary. In the U.S. Senate race, coming in first and second were Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff and Republican ex-baseball player Steve Garvey. They'll head to a runoff this November. In the closely watched 16th Congressional District, which covers parts of San Mateo, Santa Cruz, and Santa Clara counties, the top vote getters so far are former San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo and Santa Clara County Supervisor Joe Simitian. As for California's Proposition 1, which would overhaul the state's mental health care system, that's still too close to call. The votes, as of today, are almost evenly split. It could be days or perhaps weeks before all votes are tabulated.
Student assistants at the nation's largest public university system have voted to unionize. Workers in the 23-campus California State University made the announcement last weekend. Reporter Larry Larkin has that story.
February 23rd, 2024 will go down in history as the day CSU student assistants voted to become one of the largest student worker organizations in the country. They will join the CSU Employees Union. 97% of student assistants voted yes to unionize. Their top demands include higher wages, increased hours, and paid time off.
Some of the campuses pay very different wages, as some of them pay sometimes below or at near minimum wage. Just depends on the campus.
Another issue, student assistants say they often have to work one or two other jobs just to be able to live a college life.
A lot of them have 2-3 jobs, so if they could increase the amount they're getting at the CSU, that would allow them to cut back maybe on one of their jobs.
Who are student assistants? They work at various jobs across college campuses assisting staff members and professors. What exactly do student assistants need?
Increasing the hours, working hour, to increase the pay, and that could potentially definitely helps paying for the tuition that we need to pay.
Student assistants say joining the union was important for one big reason.
If you don't have a union, you are likely to be exploited in some way.
The result of the vote took effect on Monday following a 10-day objection period. Current work conditions will remain in place until an agreement is reached. At San Jose State, Larry Larkin, Update News.
San Jose State students who are living in dorms without air conditioning say the summer and early fall are practically unbearable. Joining us live is Update News reporter Jillian Brown, who gives us details on how soon AC may be installed.
Air conditioning is probably the last thing on people's minds with all the rain and cold weather we've been having. But with summer approaching, San Jose State is trying its best to get proper cooling to freshman dorms.
Student residential building Joe West Hall is supposed to have air conditioning units in the near future, but SJSU housing websites for this year and next still mention no air conditioning in Joe West. Whenever it happens, it will be the last of on-campus housing buildings to have AC installed.
It's like a sauna, for real. That was like my first thought.
There is a plan that's being pulled together to retrofit and replace air conditioning in those venues. It's very costly, and those are on the drawing boards now. I don't have the exact details of when that deferred maintenance will occur.
San Jose State has not required freshmen to live in dorms since the pandemic. This gives students an option to explore more affordable housing with proper amenities for the hot weather.
I just deemed it to be too hot for me. I'm not one with hot weather, so moving out was a good decision.
President Teniente Matson says the university's plan is to get downtown Spartan Village on the Paseo up and running for students to live in, and then address the air conditioning in Joe West. But some students feel they should be the priority.
Oh, I should have AC. But there's a whole thing for the AC in the room, but it don't work.
The heat is coming. Stay tuned for more. In San Jose, I'm Jillian Brown, Update News.
At San Jose State, first-year students are no longer required to live in the dorms. I tell you why many students are pleased that directive has been dropped. With an increase in the number of online classes the last couple of years, San Jose State has suspended its mandate that freshmen live on campus. Back in 2018, when I was a freshman, if you graduated from a high school more than 30 miles away from the university, you were required to live on campus your first year. But that's changed, and many students I talked to are relieved.
I feel like the process was easy in terms of trying to find housing. Like, I was a freshman in 2016, so back then it was required.
When I had done my application for the school, I didn't do my housing application, and then I did my housing application late, and then I was like something like 300 or something, like some high number on the wait list.
I definitely could have gone with external housing if I wanted to, or if I really wanted to, but honestly, like, I think that, like, living here, it's, yeah, what I really like about living here is that, like, it's kind of simple in a way, you know?
The landscape of freshman housing at SJSU is ever-changing.
It's been in existence for a half-century. It's called Mother's Milk Bank of San Jose. Located on Monterey Highway, the organization provides human milk to vulnerable babies when a mother's own milk is not available. Now, the Mother's Milk Bank is reaching out and asking the community for help. Madison Wilbur reports.
It's 8 a.m. in San Jose, and like most new parents, Mother's Milk Bank has been up and running for hours, making milk for hungry babies. Problem is, the bank is hitting a shortage.
Much like blood donation, milk donation is something that you just continually need new donors. So we're good with milk, but we always need more.
The bank has seen an increase in demand for milk and is asking for more donors. In recent years, the Bay Area witnessed a shortage of baby formula, and Mother's Milk Bank stepped up.
Many moms called out to us, and whether they were donors to donate, to help these babies that are formula fed, and then also through our recipient services.
The bank's social media page highlights recent donors who speak on why they decided to donate. One saying she understands the struggle herself, and another calling it an honor to provide.
It's definitely a heartwarming and humbling experience to be able to provide something that they're not able to make for themselves.
Mother's Milk Bank has been aiding the community since 1974 and is the largest milk bank in the country. Now they're calling on their community for a little extra help for parents and children in need. In San Jose, this is Madison Wilbur, Update News.
When we come back.
Remember that cool water park you thought was gone forever? Well, hope you didn't throw out your swimsuit. The park is coming back this summer.
But if you're headed to Yosemite this summer, break for red tape. You'll have to apply for a reservation just to get past the entry gate. We'll tell you why.
More rain on the way. Find out when we come back.
San Jose State University is home to a variety of graduate programs across many disciplines, with courses offered both in person and online. Recently, there has been speculation about graduate classes moving online. I have more on that story. San Jose State University proudly offers over 120 post-baccalaureate programs, including master's and doctorate degrees, as well as advanced certifications and certificates. Many of these programs are offered in person as well as online, but there has been talk of graduate programs moving completely online.
We are providing more graduate programs online because more students are asking for these online options, particularly those that are adult learners or adults in the working community.
Some graduate students feel that being on campus and having in-person communication between their professors and fellow students greatly enhances their educational experience.
I don't work well on my own or being online. I feel like I get distracted pretty easily, as I found that out during the pandemic. I like having that in-person communication with everyone. We are paying a lot for our graduate program, so for it to stay the same price just wouldn't really be fair to us.
Other graduate students feel that online learning works better for them and that their online education is just as valuable as an in-person education.
So having the ability to do it online just works better. I'm getting exactly the same thing. I'm just not physically taking the time to be in person. It highly depends on the type of student that you are.
An increase in online programs will undoubtedly change the educational experience for many graduate students, some for better and some for worse.
You may remember the tragic story of Camden McWright. He was the San Jose State student riding an e-scooter when he was struck and killed by a school bus on the way to football practice. That was 2 years ago, but the motorized scooters are still ever present on campus. Our reporter Unati Zibi-Lebi has an update.
Many students are concerned about their safety as e-scooters and e-skateboards can be seen speeding throughout campus. There is a fear among students of being run over and for the safety of the e-scooter riders as they do not wear helmets.
We have a commitment to sustainable transportation, and I think scooters are part of that sustainable transportation infrastructure. But we also know we need to do so safely. In the past 6 years, there's been one incident. It was in March of 23.
I tell you, the speed can sometimes be scary, especially when there's a lot of people around you.
From my knowledge, e-scooters are banned on campus. I know the Limes, the Birds, like the companies, the scooter will slow down once you get in the perimeter of campus because they're not safe to be riding around. I personally have almost got knocked down.
At the moment, there are no plans of getting rid of e-scooters and skateboards from campus. And as you can tell, even if you don't own one, there's pretty much easy access to one. In San Jose, I'm Unati Zibi-Lebi with Update News.
Last year, Yosemite summer season was crushed by visitors, leading the park to take action in implementing reservations. Jocelyn Escobar tells us why.
If you plan to visit Yosemite National Park this coming summer, you'll have to make a reservation ahead of time.
In 2023, the park did not have a reservations program, as Cicely said, and the situation that resulted was certainly a wake-up call in terms of visitor complaints, staff burnout, and overtaxed infrastructure.
Chief of Planning, Caitlin Moore, says that after a summer of severe overcrowding, a reservation pilot program will be in effect for summer 2024.
When a reservation is required, it will be valid for 3 days, starting with the day the reservation was made for. So if you made a reservation for July 2nd, it is valid for entry on July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
In 2023, Yosemite had over 3 million visitors, ranking the park at number 6 in the 10 most popular national parks. But opinions are mixed about having to make reservations to visit Yosemite.
Reservation system is needed. You just don't want an excessive amount of people coming in at a certain weekend on a certain day, and I think it should create some type of order.
Honestly, in my opinion, I just think it's pretty simple. National parks are for everybody, and nobody should ever be turned away.
If you are trying to visit Yosemite National Park from July 1st to August 16th, a reservation is required every day of the week. To make a reservation, you can either go online or call the number below. In Martinez, Jocelyn Escobar, Update News.
A beloved East San Jose landmark is going to make a return. Raging Waters is set to reopen this summer with a new operator. Reporter Vincent Rapena has the story.
Last year, Raging Waters announced that it was shutting down and that it would not be returning. The former operator of the water park, Palace Entertainment, pulled out of the San Jose location. On February 27th, the San Jose City Council unanimously voted to approve a plan to bring in a new operator, California Dreamin' Entertainment.
And we all recognize that. Today is important for our city because of our efforts in finding a new operator. But it's not just about securing an operator. It's about safeguarding a beloved community asset and ensuring it continues for generations to come.
When the park returns, it will be updated with new features, like a wine bar and food trucks. On the San Jose Raging Waters website, it still shows that the water park will not open this summer. The website has not been updated and some people are confused. Those who have heard about the water park reopening are looking forward to coming.
I actually did not know that. I thought they were closing for good, and every time you drive by, it's just really sad. So I'm happy about that. That's good.
And I'm excited to show the younger generation and the newer generation, especially my brothers and my cousins, about the reopening of Raging Waters.
Raging Waters is set to return on Memorial Day weekend. Do you plan on visiting Raging Waters this summer? Let us know on our social media pages at SJSU Update News.
Now let's look at the weather. Alejandra Vaca is here with this weekend's weather.
This is Alejandra Vaca with your 7-day forecast. So this is what you can expect for the next 5 days. We have some warmer temperatures Thursday and Friday as well. Some possible rain and thunderstorm chances Friday, Saturday, and then going into the next weekend after heavy showers yesterday. So an area of low pressure will bring showers. They brought showers yesterday, and then we're probably going to have only sunshine today and then into Thursday before rain starts again on into the weekend and then into next weekend, as well as snow in the Sierra. So snow in the Sierra, we'll have snow totals about, we're actually above average now. So that way when they melt, they can go ahead and start filling up the reservoirs. We are at 106% for snowpack. And then for your 7-day outlook, Santa Cruz, it's sunny on Thursday and Friday, and then into the weekend and next weekend. As well in Oakland, it has a very similar trend with low 60s. And then in San Francisco, the only day of sunshine is Friday, and then keep your umbrella handy because it's going to be showers again. And then here in San Jose, the only day sunny is going to be Friday, heading almost into 70 before rain chances pick up again into the weekend. And that is it for your 7-day forecast. Back.
When we come back, Kyle Tran with sports.
Just ahead, we've got a one-of-its-kind program to tell you about at San Jose State. One that's been around for 6 decades. Plus, sports with reporter Kyle Tran. He'll have the latest scores from the San Jose State Event Center and Excite Ballpark. Don't go away.
Lots going on in the world of Spartan athletics this week. Reporter Kyle Tran has the story.
Last week, the men's basketball team hit the road, facing off against the San Diego State Aztecs. They lost 72-64 in another close match against their CSU rival. The Spartans looked to end their road series with a win at UNLV, but were unsuccessful, falling 68-50. The team was looking to end its regular season strong Wednesday night in the last home game of the season against the Mountain West Conference leader, Utah State. The women's basketball team split its home games, going 1-1. The first matchup came against the Wyoming Cowgirls, where they lost 88-73. However, they were able to rebound against the Colorado State Rams, where they won 68-56. The team also celebrated senior night, with honors going to Sophia Jones, Alani Fluker, Samaj Smith, and Mia Grizzle. The team will travel to Nevada in a regular season finale against the Wolfpack. In baseball, the Spartans started conference play as they hit the road against UNLV, losing the series 2-1. The Spartans lost grasp of the first game, losing 23-5. The next game was closer in a losing effort, 8-7. They ended the series strong, 16-13. That's it for sports. For Update News, I'm Kyle Tran. Back to the desk.
A unique class offered at San Jose State has been around for 60 years. Reporter Alexis Marquez says the university is celebrating 6 decades of glass blowing.
The glass blowing program here on the SJSU campus is one of the oldest programs in California. To celebrate the 60th anniversary of the program, an event took place featuring cooking food with 2100 degrees of molten material. The history of the program is one of the things that make it so special, as well as what it can do for the people.
Students learning on tools from the glass masters, but they're joining that history in their own production.
It's my passion, and I love blowing glass, and I love teaching, and I get to do it as a job on top of that, playing with this fiery material.
The impact of the program is felt far and wide.
I have some of the glass blown art in my office that was presented to me when I arrived at San Jose State. So I'm very excited about not only the student talent, but the exceptional talent of our faculty.
Over the last 60 years, the program has done a lot for people, as it is an important outlet for creativity.
And as the program continues to make history and brighten the lives of the community, it will be cherished and appreciated. In San Jose, I'm Alexis Marquez, Update News.
And now it's time for our State of the Spartans segment, where we ask students our question of the week. This week, Update News reporter Adrian Pereda asked the question, how do you feel about Beyonce going country?
I think it's exciting. I'm not personally the biggest fan of country music, but I like how Beyonce is able to defy all genres and boundaries, and I think it's really exciting to see a black woman go into country music.
Great. I think she's always been a country girl because she's from Houston, Texas. So I'm excited for her to dabble into a new genre.
Honestly, I'm a big Beyonce fan, so I support whatever she does. I really liked her song 16 Carriages because it talked about her struggle throughout her career and how she was forced to work really hard and give up her youth from a really young age. So I love that song, and I hope there's more of that type of music in the album.
She already did everything, like, you know, she could do it all, like, literally.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Like, I mean, I'm not, like, a huge fan of country. I don't really listen to it on a daily basis or anything. And, like, I'm more of, like, an old school Beyonce fan. Like, maybe it's, like, something new for her, but I'm not, like, for it, honestly, so.
I think it's great. I'm glad she's exploring other aspects of music. I'm not a Beyonce fan, but I don't hate her music. I think it's really great.
Already been country. She's a girl from the South, Houston hottie through and through, and I think her having her accolades and being able to divest into other genres of music is such a beautiful thing.
Here's Carson Wells with some activities you can do this weekend in this edition of Carson's Calendar.
Here's what's coming up this week.
On March 9th, it's American Tulip Day. To celebrate, San Francisco is bringing in thousands of tulips to Union Square. The event starts at 1 p.m. and visitors get to pick tulips and bring them home.
Starting today and running through March 17th is the SinQuest Film Festival. Many films can be seen right down the street at the Hammer Theater.
And happening all weekend, an African American book festival celebrating Black Bay Area authors. It's hosted by SJSU King Library's AAA CNA Studies Center. It's on the 5th floor, and it's in celebration of Black History Month. That's all for this week. Back to you.
And that does it for this week's edition of Update News.
From all of us here, thanks for joining us. See you next week, and don't forget to follow us at SJSU Update News.